G'day everyone and welcome to another edition of The Local, a chance for us to have a bit of a look at what's going on in the world of local footy across the great nation of Australia. King's birthday weekend, not a lot happened in matches across the country, but there's always something to talk about. And I'll tell you what, the good team at Premier Data who help us out every week with all the numbers and giving us insight into all the action across the country are enjoying a weekend off. A lot of guys got away and just chilled out. There were no RSI, the arthritis had a bit of a breather on the weekend from pressing all the buttons on the computers at Premier Data. But thank you to them for their support and thank you to everyone else that's been a part of the journey with us. Tell your friends and get amongst it too here on The Local. Get involved in the comment section. Let us know what we need to be tracking down in the world of local footy. One thing we have tracked down this week is one of the best players in local footy across the country. In fact, possibly the best, the way things are going at the moment. And we've loved the Yarra Glen River Pigs here on The Local. We've loved their logo, the name. We've talked about that a lot. And we also love one of their big stars, the skipper, Aussie Smith, has been good enough to join us today on the podcast. Hello, Aussie.
How you going, Harf?
I'm going very well, mate. Going very well. I just want to start with the River Pig situation. What's been the feedback of the love for the River Pigs?
Oh, just heaps, mate, with all the social media that's been going on the last probably 6 weeks with Big Clokey, you exposing our name to the wider community. It's been awesome, mate. The club's really enjoying every minute of it. So, yeah, it's been a good laugh at training with some of the boys at some points, but no, it's really, really positive, mate.
Yeah, outstanding stuff. Have you ever seen a River Pig?
No, I haven't, mate. Actually, like, I don't know how you really describe it. Just, I'd picture it as a pig in mud, mate. So, pretty much how I think it used to come around because the ground used to be like ankle deep mud midwinter, through my junior footy when my old man played there in the 90s. How much it floods, like, I think it just makes sense, really. Like, the river's from the fence probably 50 metres away, so it's just a name we've grown up with, mate, and we embrace it.
Nah, it's awesome. I reckon it's the perfect footy club name. I reckon it's just brilliant being a River Pig. I'd be a River Pig. You've been there since you were born, basically. Your dad was playing there, so you've always been a pig.
Yeah. Lived in Yarra Glen my whole life, mate. So played all my junior footy there back when the ground was really bad. Like I said, ankle deep mud. Have fond memories of under 16s playing at 3 o'clock on a Sunday after all the other junior games, and you literally couldn't run. So, yeah, been a pig for life, essentially, mate, apart from a few years away, but I'm back now, so.
Well, we'll talk about years away, but so growing up as a junior in that region, was footy always sort of the main thing that you'd look forward to in the weekend? That was just your life, was it, footy with the family?
Yeah, footy with the family, and then, like, obviously going through primary school and that, you'll go through primary school together, play junior footy together. We were lucky enough to win a couple junior flags real early on in the younger age groups, and yeah, we all stuck together through thick and thin. We obviously have good years and bad years, but yeah, it was just something you looked forward to. Then as you got older to that under-18s and involved into senior footy, you know, go back to a mate's house after the under-18s game, have a few beers that night. It's real big community, mate. But yeah, the sad thing is now there's only probably about 3-4 of us from those junior days still around the club as everyone's got older and moved away. But no, we're still there, mate, building. So
how old are you now?
I'm about to be 28, mate. So it's crept up pretty fast. The last like I debuted there when I was 16. So time's just flown by, mate. But I couldn't be happier that I'm back there at the club with some of my best mates. So
what was footy like as a 16-year-old, the Outer Eastern Footy Netball League, playing for the Yarra Glen River Pigs?
It was a big jump for me. I went straight from under-16s football and debuted after we won the 2014 Div 2 flag. So I didn't really know what I was walking into, but yeah, that first game against Olinda, I remember it through and through. Like, we lost by 180 points, but I just thought it was an awesome thing being a young kid. We always dreamed about playing senior footy there, and yeah, just played against some of the best, and the boys embraced me straight away, looked after me. So yeah, just love it, mate. Now I'm just another childhood dream, being captain of your junior home club. So just embracing it each week as it comes and taking on the challenge of being the best captain and player I can to drive this club forward.
Yeah, good on you. And you're doing a hell of a job too, just by the way. I'm interested in the connection. You talk about only 4 or 5 years still there from when your junior days were going on. The connection that you've got with the footy club and how important that is in being able to drive the history and drive the energy week to week. How big a part of it is that, do you reckon?
Pretty big, mate. Like, obviously, I spent 4 years away post-COVID playing in the Eastern Football League, and the club went through some really hard times. They nearly actually folded a couple of years ago, but the credit to the boys around the club, they got other mates in and stuck through those hard times to get two teams going. So, but then after my 4 years away in the Eastern, I reached out to a couple of boys that were a bit younger, a bit older. We really wanted to come back and make this club great again. Like, we're still building now, but compared to where we were 18 months ago, mate, like we can see success is not too far away for us. So we just got to keep believing in the system, believing in the club, believing in each other, and we'll get there eventually.
It's a part of the part of Victoria where people seem to be moving out to a fair bit into the Yarra Glen, the whole Yarra Valley type region. That is the community growing?
Yeah, it definitely is, mate. When I was a young kid there, we actually had horses at the back fence of mine, and now it's all courts. And Yarra Glen's changed so much in the last 20 years. Like, you know, there's numerous wineries, chocolate factories there now. The weekends, it's like you're in the city some weekends with the amount of traffic that roll through there. But it's good to see the community thriving. So it's really good, mate.
Yeah, good on you. And so you mentioned a few times you've spent some time away. You're at Mooroolbark for a little while in the Eastern Footy Netball League, and well, not just there. You won 2 comp medals there, so you weren't just playing, mate. You were dominating. What took you to the Mustangs?
During COVID, like actually the COVID year, their coach Brett Lavers at the time, who coached me in my 4 years there, reached out to me, had a good sit down. That's when I was just off the Casey VFL list, and when COVID, like I eventually said no the first time around because I had my brother rolling around who was going to be a 16-year-old playing in the seniors as well, and I wanted to have a year with him, and I was transitioning into that captain role at 21, 22 at Yarra Glen, and I wanted to, play with my brother, play with his mates, all that kind of thing, but then COVID rolled around, couldn't do anything, and I just thought I might as well test myself at a higher level, and Brett was awesome. He stayed in contact with me, respected my decision, and then speaking with him and Aaron Mullett at the time, who was there, I just thought it was the right fit for me to go there and really test myself, and I'm really grateful that I did. The club was awesome. Obviously, we lost the grand final. Well, got belted in a grand final, I should say, in 2022 to East Ringwood, who are now a powerhouse and Premier Div. But it was an awesome experience, mate, and I'm forever grateful for them for having me at the club.
So it would have been difficult, I'm sure, even though it was COVID and a bit of a changing time, that to leave the River Pigs, but then to leave Mooroolbark, was that hard as well?
Leaving Yarra Glen was harder, obviously being my home club. I got on a VFL list from Yarra Glen in the Outer East, which you don't hear too many people do at the time, or even now you might get one or two here and there, or boys that have had VFL experience then now come to the league. But leaving Mooroolbark was pretty easy at the time, mate. Like, the way to word it is the time was up there. Me and the big fella Riley Monkhurst kind of had our time together. Kind of the club was going through a different transition stage, which they're going through now with the younger boys and that. And I just felt like the time was right to come back home and really try drive my home club back up to where it belongs, mate, after a few hard years at the bottom of the ladder. So, yeah, the works went in pretty early into 2024, probably midway through, speaking with the club and reaching out to some of my best mates. And we just thought at the time it was the right decision. And we couldn't be happier.
Well, you're sitting, I think you're in 4th at the moment on the ladder, a couple of games behind 3rd. So you're building it up nicely with the back half of the season to come. You mentioned Casey there before in the VFL. Did you spend some time at Williamstown as well?
I spent a summer there, 2022, 23, after we lost the grand final, and I was 25 at the time, and with the VFL ruling with the ages and stuff like that, it was I got down to the last cut, which was probably a week and a half, 2 weeks before round one. And, I didn't play a game at Casey, but I was thereabouts for the good second half of the season down there. But, I just hadn't really made my name at that level and stuff like that. And they signed other boys from VFL clubs of similar age to me. So it was a little bit gut-wrenching at the end there. But I did the best thing possible, went back to Mooroolbark that year and won my second league, mate. So I kind of stuck it up a little bit, which was good. So I did enjoy that.
Do you look at some of the guys that are getting some looks these days with the mid-season draft in the last couple of years and think, oh, mate, if it was around when I was sort of dominating my mid-20s, maybe early 20s, that I maybe could have got a look?
Yes and no. It's a hard one to say because I don't know. I'm a bit of a midget, mate. I'm only 5'7", maybe 5'8" on a good day, and I'm a local footy. I'm an inside little bull, mate. So, and then I get to that level, and you have to adjust your role a little bit to a forward pocket, back pocket, and I can play those roles, but obviously my strengths in and under are on bottom of every packet and smashed every week. But yeah, I would have liked a bit more opportunity, but it's the way the cookie crumbles, mate. So I'm just happy playing local footy with me mates, and I've been lucky enough to explore that up to Darwin for a couple summers with the Wanderers. So I'm grateful where footy's taken me, mate.
Yeah, I saw that. You played at the Northern Territory. I was going to ask you about that in the Wanderers. How many seasons did you do that for?
I did 2 summers, fly in, fly out. I was going to move up there the second summer, but I had a bit of family stuff go on, which I couldn't quite make the commitment to 6 months moving up there. But yes, I flew in for the second year here for 5 games, which I did, I think, 4 in a row at one stage. But it's an unreal experience up there, mate. Top quality footy, top quality blokes, different style of footy as well. Very, very attacking. But you can see the difference between the top and bottom of the ladder. The top teams really focus on that defensive pressure as well, having that real quick, fast outside ball movement. So, yeah, it was an awesome experience, mate. And I'm hoping to get back up there one day. I missed last summer because I had a syndesmosis injury, but that's something I just had to work through. And if my body holds up well this year, mate, I'll be more than happy to go back up there.
You don't get caught up in the whole fishing world up there, do you? A lot of my mates that have gone up there got caught up and fell in love with fishing.
No, I actually haven't too much. The 2 summers I've been up there, they talked about it and that, but the weekends bye weekends, went out to the President's Block in Dundee, I think it was, and went on a fishing trip, which I wasn't up there for. It was just spewing about. I'm not a big fisherman, but it always looks bloody awesome up there, mate. But I was lucky enough to go shooting with them a couple times when I stayed a couple nights, and that was a different experience for myself as well. So
yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it was. And that's the beauty of being able to let footy take you to different parts of the country, as you say, and you see different things and live different experiences, which is what we love about local footy. It's one of the great things. And you're dominating for the Pigs this year. I mean, you're averaging 53 disposals a game. 53.
It's a credit to the coach, Jace. After round 1, he pulled me aside and said, mate, I get someone following me every week. He said, I just want you to do what you do best and go into the phone box and release to our runners, which we've got this year with boys that we've recruited that have genuine outside pace, because probably the strength of my game's that contested in and under ball and that releasing handball, not just 1-2 metres, but that 6 to 10 metre handball first give. So we've actually recruited really well to complement each other on the inside and outside. So it's credit to the boys. Jace, the coach, he actually refers to me as little Diesel, so little Greg Williams, the way I play. So I've taken that on board, and the system, boys, all make it fun and enjoyable to play, mate. So it's a credit to everyone, not just myself.
Well, there's not many better comparisons to an inside player than Greg Williams, mate. So you're doing something right, let alone the fact.
Yeah, well, when he said that, I didn't actually realise who he was. He was a bit before my time, obviously. So I've gone back and watched some highlights, and I can see similarities here and there. But yeah, I just love the way he went about it, mate. So I pride my game on that a lot.
So how are they trying to stop you? Because no coach from the opposition wants the bloke in the middle of the ground for their opposition getting 53 touches a week. How are they trying to stop you?
Alex did quite a good job a few weeks ago. They sent their best and fairest from last year, Mitch Parker, to me, who wore me like a glove, who had genuine pace, and credit to him, he did a good job. But it was all the boys around the ground for them, like being Alex, big country boys, they were 6'2", 6'3", probably 20, 30 kilos on me, whacking me off the ball. But yeah, they do a lot of that. Probably last year, teams got me to kick a lot more, being probably my weakest part of the game. But like I said earlier, we've recruited boys around the field that can actually slow down my kick instead of dumping it from contests. So they just try to smash me, mate. But I actually love, the more contested it is, I feel like the better I play. So it gets me going a bit. I'm not very aggressive towards the player, but anything in the ball, mate, just hit it 100%. And if I get smashed, I get smashed. The boys back me up and look after me the best they can as well. So it's good knowing that the teammates have my back and are willing to put their bodies on the line to protect me.
Oh, that sounds like a good team. If you got going there, that everyone's looking after each other. That's the essence of team. So I imagine on a weekend like we've just gone, King's birthday, where there's no game, you would have been chasing footy around the backyard, or will you find yourself in the resort style looking for a massage and a little sauna?
Just got away for the weekend, mate, with the missus. So just took a step back from footy, let the body actually rest and enjoy some time away from footy. Obviously, it takes a big part of my life being captain of the club and how much recovery and stuff that I do as well. So it was good to get away and not think about footy for a weekend. But obviously now the switch flicks back on to footy this weekend, which is a massive game for us.
Who have you got this week?
We got Belgrave at home for the breast cancer awareness game, so it's going to be a massive day for the club. Obviously, big fella's back in this weekend, so it's always good when he's rolling around in the goal square for us as well. So it should be massive. It's going to be a big 8-point game for us. We see it as. So boys can't wait for the challenge.
Yeah, righto. That's good. Belgrave this week. The big fella, of course, is Travis Cloke, who's played only the 4 games. I think he's kicked 25 goals with 18 of those in one game, Aussie, which we highlighted here on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. He's been pretty disappointing in the other 3 games, only 7.
Round one, I think he kicked 5 goals, 6 against Seville. So it was awesome start for us to have him kick that. If he kicked a bit straighter, we might have got over the line. But it's not just him. It was the rest of the boys as well. We just fumbled in the last 5 minutes of the game and allowed Seville to kick 2-3 goals, which is a good learning for us going forward. Obviously, we don't want the result, but we can go back and go over film and get over that stuff and learn to mature in those big moments, mate.
So he's a pretty handy in when he plays, but he's got a coaching responsibility too in the talent league pathways. Where is he? Oakley, isn't he? Yeah.
Oakley Chargers.
Yeah. So I mean, when he's not there, how do you feel that?
Oh, we've got obviously Josh Hawkins, our full forward from last year, kicked 45 in half a season, has come back from an ACL the last few weeks. And talk about recruiting, we've picked up Jared McCann, who played a couple senior games at Mooroolbark when I was down there, who's that hybrid 6-foot forward who can play tall, play small. I think he's kicked 25. I think he's third in the league with 25. He's only 20 years old, so when he's down there, Trav takes him under his wing, gives him a few little pointers, and he's kicked some big bags against some real quality sides, mate. So with those 2 down there, then we got little Tip Rat down there from Hurstbridge as well that come across. We've got plenty of options down there, mate. And when he's not there, one of them generally steps up and kicks a bag. So it's good. It's good to know that when he's not there, we can still find an avenue to goal.
Right. Well, that's good that you got some other options there. I love Tip Rats at the River Pigs. This is becoming a real menagerie of animals, mate. It's good.
Yeah, little Luke de Goldie, he's similar height to me, but really small built, and he just finds goals, mate. So when you have a forward like that, you have to give him a nickname. So we just called him Stevie Milne Tit Rat. So he gives off that energy as well when he's around goals. So it's awesome.
Fantastic. Hey, I've been thinking of talking to you and listening to the way you talk about your footy club and what it means to you. Have you been giving yourself a chance one day in your sleep to have a dream about holding up a cup at the River Pigs and what that would mean for you?
Yeah, I have, mate. Like, obviously, we're building towards it now, and even the difference from 12 months ago, we've taken big steps forward. So, obviously, that'd be awesome to me. That'd be like childhood dream fulfilled, mate. To be captain and premiership captain of the club, like to get us back up in the top flight. That'd be bloody awesome, mate. But yeah, it's a long process. There's some good quality teams, good quality footballers in our way. So we just have to mature. Go over vision, really keep bonding the way we are and stick to system. Because when we're running and gunning, when we're at our best, I feel like we can really cause some damage.
Yeah, well, that'd be great. I'd love to see that photo with you up in the dais with a cup, mate. That'd be awesome. How many games did the old man play?
He just played in the twos, mate, for about 5-6 years when him and Mum moved to Yarra Glen through a mate. So yeah, I think he won a couple Resi's goal kicking awards and stuff like that. Played a few senior games here and there, and he actually coached them to a losing grand final. So his name's up on the board for coach of 2000 of the twos. But I always rub it into him a bit more that my name's up around the club a bit more than him. So it's a good bit of banter between us here and there. So.
Nice. So take me to Thursday night. I love asking this question to our local superstars. What's Thursday night like at the footy club? You get out of training, you go and have a shower. Well, some of you have a shower. Not many blokes do shower.
No, they don't these days.
Why don't they do that, just by the way? What's going on?
Honestly, mate, I've got no idea. Like, we hang a bit of shit on them, try to get them fined for stuff like that. But, yeah, I couldn't think of anything worse after a game of footy, either not showering after footy or training and then going into the club rooms for an hour and a half. Couldn't think anything worse, mate.
No, it's a disaster. And it shouldn't be allowed. More fines, the merrier. So what's Thursday night look like? You get in there after training. Is there a meal on with selections, a footy on, a couple of beers going around? What's it look like?
Yeah, obviously the footy's on most Thursdays, which is awesome, which keeps the boys around the club. We got meals every Thursday. The kitchen staff are awesome. They normally give us 2 options to pick from. We do a meat tray raffle every week, which everyone seems to buy into. I think we sell about 100, 150 tickets each week, which is awesome. So, yeah, it always good laugh drawing that out as well. You know, the classic redraw and all that gets yelled out. And, yeah, we just do a few other things, like we got Pig Lotto and stuff like that for like a raffle each week at the club and all that. Yeah, we get probably 50 to 70 people each week, which is awesome for a small club like us. All the boys stick around each other. There's no real groups. Everyone talks to everyone. So it's a good place to be on a Thursday night, mate.
Is it a good social environment, sort of as a general rule there at the Pigs?
Yeah. We pride ourselves on that, especially after games and at away games. We got a rule: you got to go into the opposition room and buy a soft drink or a beer and stick around for 15, 30 minutes if you can. But yeah, especially home games, it's massive. And when the vets play after us and that as well, the crowds are bloody massive, mate. So it's a good, it's a really good place to be at the moment, and we're just building on field and off field as best we can.
Well, that's awesome. So have you got a timeline on when you see this amazing local footy career ending, mate? I'm not trying to finish you off right here, just by the way, but is there a timeline?
Not really, mate. I just want to go for as long as I can, as good as my body holds up, really. Like, I feel I'm pretty sore after games on Sundays, but come Tuesday, Wednesday, I look after myself, in the gym, eating well, doing all the extra recovery that I need to do. So I'm hoping to play for another 10 years of good senior footy. That's the goal for me. I don't really want to fizzle out in the twos, but if the club needs it here and there, wherever I'm playing, hopefully Yarra Glen. If the way life works out, I'll play in the twos, but I want to play senior footy as much as I can, mate. I don't really want to be that guy that goes to the twos and, slowly, like, not the player that they were. So that I really pride myself on high standards. So that's the way I see it.
Yeah, good on you. That's why you're a champ, mate. That's why you're doing great things every single week. What about the club sort of bigger picture? Are there any personalities that have been around for a while that's sort of the icons of the club?
Yeah, Ballie's been around. He's the treasurer. He's been around for probably 20, 30 years. And I think he missed his first game of footy in 15 years the other week when we played up in Alex. So he does an enormous amount of work off the field around the club. He's always the first one there, last one to leave kind of thing. So he's been huge for us. Even when I was a young fella running around, he's always been around, make sure everything's running smoothly. So he's one that we really want to get that next flag for, mate.
Well done, Bally, and give him a bit of a shout-out, getting ready for the big game against Belgrave this week. What about the teammate that you wouldn't want to be caught in a shout with, mate? Put someone under the bus. Who's the big tight ass?
Biggest tight ass. I'll say Cooper Barbrea or Daniel Reid.
Right.
Two of the newer boys.
And who's the best player you've played with at the Pigs?
Best player at the Pigs? That's a good question. Benny Ashton, who was the captain when I was coming up, has been awesome. He played last year until he broke his leg. Jim Bourne in the ruck was huge as well when I was my first stint at the club. He was just unreal as a ruckman. First service, anything he'd do around the ground, put his body on the line. So they're probably the two for me, mate, at Yarra Glen.
Right, and the best oppo player you've come up against through your time in footy, doesn't matter where, Murrelbach or wherever else?
Best offo player, probably Dylan Lant, mate, up in the Northern Territory. He's a superstar. St. Mary's captain. Just genuine running machine. You can't stop him. He racks up 45 up there for fun and kicks 3 goals each week. So probably have to give it to him, mate.
Righto, that's a big shout-out for Dill there. Well done. Now, your season high is 62 possessions, Aussie. I sort of had to look at that twice when I saw that. 62, bloody hell. Can you top it? Are you chasing it? Are you a stat counter?
I won't lie. Everyone looks at their stats each week. So I actually had a bit of a joke. Like, I've had 50 a few times over the last couple of years, and I joked about it when we played Powley and Junction. 60 would be nice, and yeah, just played me natural game, and yeah, just happened to get 60, and I think 62 and 63 or whatever it was, in consecutive weeks. But yeah, like I said, that's credit to the boys, mate. We just played that fast-flowing, aggressive footy, and I happened to be on the end of it that day.
Well, we're on the wagon, mate. We're all over the Pigs here on the Local Footy Podcast. What I do need, though, I need you to help me out here. I need a hat. I need someone to send in a hat.
Yeah, well, I was actually going to speak to you. We've got a day lined up, 8th of August with Trav Cloak, and I think don't know if I can say his name on air, but I'll tell you after. There's another guy lined up that day, and Jace, the coach, was actually going to get me to ask you if you wanted to pop down that day, mate, and we could get you on with the big fella Clokey and the other name, who's another big podcaster in this footy scenery, mate. So it'd be awesome to have you out there. We'll deck you out in a jumper and a hat.
Righto, let me have a look at the calendar. If I'm not coaching, I'll be there.
Yeah, sounds good, mate.
I'll see what I can do. Mate, you're a bloody star. You have been forever. This year you've set the world alight with the way you've helped carry the Pigs. Not just you, but you're doing a hell of a job leading the charge, mate. And hopefully there's some silverware in the future for you and the Pigs. Great to chat, buddy. Nice to catch up and go get him for the rest of the year.
Thanks, Harf. Thanks for having me.
Good on you. Aussie Smith, what a champ he is at the Yarra Glen River Pigs, the Outer East Footy Netball League, leading the charge. Just the 62 and 63 back-to-back weeks. No one else is doing that. My man, Aussie Smith, is. It's great to catch up with champs of local footy. Let us know who you think we should catch up with next time on The Local.